Hi there, and welcome to my video today. I'm really excited to have you here because I'm going to show you how I create little collage fodder for all of my pieces that I make. It's really simple, and I've been getting quite a few questions on how I make them, so I'm excited to show you today. So what I'm going to start off with is just the basics. What I usually do is take a simple piece of paper, which is kind of like craft paper or cardstock. I would say it's about 90 pounds. It's not super thick, but it does have a little weight to it. And then I just draw some images on it, like these. And I do that sometimes when I'm watching TV or I'm going somewhere and I just have some time to doodle. And that way I always have a little bit of a supply of fodder that I can just cut out when I'm looking for something. So that's what you see with these. So this is just a simple little flower, a leaf, and another kind of little chain of leaves. So that just kind of gives it a little bit of a pop. These are all my mini art collages that I make for YouTube, and I post one every day. And then the second way that I create collage fodder, I use paper that I have that's already kind of painted or has a design on it. So, for example, this is a print from my jelly plate and has a great design behind it. It's on basic copy paper, and I can just cut out a little flower or something and use that as well. So that's what I did with these. This looks like it's probably watercolor, and I think this might be watercolor too. And then these are examples of some kind of just scrap paper I used when I was making jelly prints. I used my brayer just to create a little bit of interest and color on the page, and then I drew some flowers over it. So I can cut these out and use them as collage fodder as well. Here's another page that I did that. This looks like I did the brayer over top, so I'd probably go back over with the black pen and just kind of make it pop a little more. So then the next way that I create some collage fodder is with stamps. These were both stamps that I used. And I actually put this one on deli paper, which I love using for collage because it's a little translucent. You can kind of see through to the color under here. Doesn't cover it up entirely. And then this one was just a regular stamp on copy paper. It almost looks like I drew it, but it's just a simple way to kind of add some interest to these little pieces. And this just kind of shows you the process. This is a little butterfly stamp I have. This is actually gessoed index card. So you don't have to get real fancy with your stuff, just use what you have. And the first run I stamped it and it didn't come out so great, so I stamped it again. So with this, I'd probably go over it in watercolor or even with my Posca paint pens. Those are great. Just remember when you're stamping, you want to use ink that isn't going to blend or bleed. So these StazOn ink pads are great for that. And then another way I created some fodder is with a stencil. So this is just a simple stencil that I put on some white paper, cut it out, and here it is. I got a little lazy and didn't cut through to the leaves, but you could kind of cut around a little better and make an interesting collage piece. And then this one, I used a little watercolor on it as well. So there's a lot of different options. And, you can always create something wild and then just kind of hold on to it when it feels like it would be put to good use. Here is a great example of a piece of scrap paper that I will eventually use to make collage fodder. So many interesting colors, and I can just draw on top and then cut it out, and then I'll have a really interesting piece. And then lastly, these are some interesting things I made on deli paper that I was showing you before. So this kind of just shows you how you can use it. This is made with Posca paint pen. This is the Posca. I used a micron pen for this one just to create a little design, and I can cut it up the sides and just use one of the columns or use all of them. This was a butterfly wing that I could use. I could color it in deeper or even watercolor over it. There's so many different ways to create them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to post another video right here, and it will help you see how I use my inkjet printer to also create some collage fodder. I find some things on the internet and they are royalty free, and you can print them out and use them in your artwork. So hopefully this video is helpful to you. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. I would love to see you another time. Have a great day.